Welcome to Reality After Show coverage of Destination X. We have the exit interview with. We did not want this exit interview. I mean, we did, but we wanted it in like what, 4 more weeks? We got Mac.
Hi.
Mac, too soon. Too soon.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't want to be here either. I mean, I want to, you guys are great. I want to be here, but later, as you said.
Sure. All right. Do you agree that that was the right move by Pilot Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're. I felt from the beginning like I'm just like, man, this is Mac's game. And then I'm like, okay, well, I can see a Rick win, but I'm just like, the sneaky, like the sneaky move at the beginning kind of set the tone for maybe these are the final two. There's another sneaky move at the end, and sorry, Rick, Mac wins.
Yeah. No, that's what I was hoping for as well. And especially like, Peter and Shane had just kind of gotten into a fight, and I was like, oh, perfect. Like
Oh
Shane's
yeah,
gone. But then Peter was really taking a long time to think about it. And then, after a couple of seconds, I was like, oh shit. Like if he was making an emotional decision, he would have already made it. Like he's thinking about it. And that means it's for sure gonna be me. And so
yeah.
yeah. But no, I get it. And I also I respect it. I think it was the right decision. And also ideal way for me to exit. So like couldn't be happier in that sense other than winning.
Yeah,
Well, I
Mac.
mean, I don't know if it's ideal. Like, I think ideal is Munich. I mean, Austria's okay, but Munich rocks.
That's fair. That's fair. I didn't really even get any time in Austria, which is tough because Austria is like the one place I haven't really spent much time, but all of my time is spent in the next location and no spoilies, but the next location is my least favorite place in all of Europe and also where I've been the most. So it's like really just like more salt in the wound, just like, oh, now I got to spend 4 days in like
Like,
absolutely
yeah.
terrible. Yeah.
Well, you did not get a false promise from Jeffrey Dean Morgan as others have. Jeffrey
That's
Dean
true.
Morgan has promised wine drinking. He's promised smoking weed. He's promised all these things that have not come to be. So at least you didn't get an empty promise.
Yeah, but I did get him kicking me while I was down. Like everybody else, he's been super chill. Like, let's go have a beer. And for me, it was like, yeah. And by the way, you were the only one who knew, you idiot, for telling Biggie, who
Yeah,
then ruined it for you. So I feel like everybody else's was, Kim got a whole party.
yeah.
But pretend party.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. But a beer, nevertheless, a real beer.
How's your
Yeah, yeah.
relationship now with Biggie? Like, do you hold any grudges against him for what he did? Telling him where the location was, or are you over it now?
No, I'm definitely over it. I wish he hadn't. That
Yeah,
sucks. But he whatever, it made me feel good that he was so torn up about it and that he really regretted it. Because he had told me that, but then it's also kind of like, well, anybody could say that. But like seeing him like visibly be upset by his decision and saying he regretted it did make me feel like I wasn't just like stupid for trusting him. Because like there was that relationship there. And so it's easy to believe like, oh, was he just using me or something like that? But I don't think that was true. Like I think he really thought that Peter somehow didn't get the information from Rick and that he wasn't going to cause a tiebreaker. So I feel good in that sense. And yeah, no hate towards old Biggie.
All right. Well, Biggie reveals in this episode that if y'all won't play in a game, you're his top. I I don't feel that Biggie is your type.
Yeah, so I love Biggie. Let me get that. And we would say all the time like I'm the girl version of him and he's the boy version of me. Like really did love Biggie. Thought of him as like a best friend. If he had asked me, I would have been upset because I would have been like, "Dang, I thought we were just friends. Now I know you like me. Like that's a bummer. That kills the friendship a little bit." So I'm glad he didn't end up following through with that. Because then it would have just been weird, and I would have had to reject him. But love him so much as a friend. Like I hope we stay good friends for a while.
Okay, so post game, if he were to ask you out, is Biggie your type?
No, I don't think so.
Uh,
I don't really think I don't know. I don't really think I have a type. I don't really know what my type is, but like I wouldn't have wanted to date him. I just would have wanted to be best friends with him.
okay, fair enough.
gotcha.
So I I'm from the world of Survivor and House of Villains and all those shows.
Mhm.
Episode one, I'm like, there's this girl named Emily Flippin. who was on Survivor. What season, Bobby? 40,
46 or yeah, something like that. 45, 46.
45, 46, who went back for season 50. Very much like I felt like like you were the better version of her. I'm like Survivor got Timu Mac in this Emily Flippin person. Have you ever seen Survivor? Or would you consider throwing your hat back into the reality television world, or is this all foreign and you're done?
It's mostly all foreign. Like I don't watch reality TV really at all, and had never really cared to be on it. Like this was super random for me. But now having done it, would love to keep doing it. It's just the coolest, like most fun thing I've ever done. Survivor sounds sick, but there's a big social element to that. So I
There
know
is.
how super well
You don't like that.
I think it maybe if I had gone into it more aware that that would be really important, it would be different. But in my mind for this game, I was like, yeah, social game helps, but at the end of the day, as long as you know where you are, that's all that matters. Whereas like that's not necessarily
Yeah.
true for others. So I liked that a lot for this game. But no, I for sure would love to do another game. And I think I could get on board with a social game if I had more of a heads up that they would be so important.
I also said Mac for the Traitors season 5. So like
That would
that
be great.
seems
Yeah.
more your alley.
That's not, no, that would be great. The only problem with traders is it looks like you have to wear nice clothes, and I don't like wearing nice clothes, and so I don't know how that would shake out. I don't know if there's a wardrobe person, but like as you see, I'm
There's a wardrobe
okay.
person
Thank God.
for those that need it.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe they can help that. That's my only issue with traders is that you got to look nice. But that show seems so much fun. I just started watching that I think I've seen a couple seasons, but no, that looks cool. I would do it.
Gotcha. So what got you into this show?
So
What did you see that was like, oh, this sounds like something I would do? Like, was it someone reached out to you, or did you find something online where it's like, I'll take my shot?
I was scrolling TikTok one night and saw a casting call. And the casting call was like, "Do you like travel? Do you like trivia? Well, maybe you could win a lot of money or something like that." And I was like, "This is for sure a scam." But I clicked on the link, and they weren't asking for like my social security number or credit card or anything like that. So I was like, I guess I'll answer the questions and make a little video of myself. And then kind of forgot about it for a few months until I heard back, but like was absolutely not seeking it out or planning for it. Just happened to stumble into it and got super lucky.
Nice.
we do need the last four of your social for this interview.
Right.
Yes,
The scam was a really long game.
Yeah, it's a long con.
it was a long con.
Yeah, we're
Absolutely.
gonna put you on the show, but we are gonna take you forever.
It all led to Jonny Fairplay getting your credit card number.
No, that makes sense. I respect it. If that's what it is, I respect it.
So I am potentially looking at a Survivor season 49 viewing party in Austin.
Oh, cool.
My good friend Philip Solomon from Deal or No Deal Island, I guess, has become besties with your good friend Rachel.
Yes. Yeah, I was just at her apartment like yesterday or maybe the day before, and she was saying she met him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's funny because like Philip was like, I'm so excited to meet her, and I was like, I don't think she's your type, but I think you may be her type.
Yeah. yeah, I can see it.
Who knew? So, well, if we do make it out there to Austin, you are cordially invited, VIP access, of
Yay.
course. I am such a
Awesome.
huge fan, Mac. I thought you were so fun. You were a breath of fresh air. I love you setting the tone early with the chicanery. I love that I think you set the tone for Jeffrey Dean Morgan in that, like, I think they kind of gave him the script. They're like, hey, here's what you're gonna do as host, and he's just like, yeah, fuck that. And then like he sees you cheating, he's like, oh yeah, I'm here for some villain shit.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah, another thing I want to say too is you brought a lot to this show. Like you brought almost like a game bot mentality, but not like completely game bot. Like you were still human after everything was said and done, but it was more so you were playing the game. You and Rick are really the ones who set the tone for the actual gameplay. Was that your strategy going in to be a game bot, or were you trying to see if you could build those social relationships while also trying to maintain the game?
First and foremost, I was, wanted to put myself first and kind of play alone because I knew, or I was at least pretty sure that I had the most like European geographical knowledge of anybody else. So it was kind of like, who's going to know better than me in a sense? And I
Yeah.
almost kind of got screwed in Switzerland, like not trusting myself and relying on somebody who I thought I could trust. And so after that, it was kind of like, okay, maybe I'll have these relationships because it does help if you're on a losing team to get other information. But at the end of the day, like it's me against me kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I did make an effort to have a relationship with Biggie. One, because I really liked him as a person, and two, I perceived him as a really big threat. And because we were such good friends, like I really trusted him. I think he trusted me, and we bounced a lot off of each other. But I told myself, like at the end of the day, like you have to go with your gut because you're going to be so pissed if you leave this show because somebody lied to you and you believed it.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
there was kind of
were,
there
were,
was kind of that, but mostly myself.
were you kind of surprised in that everywhere you were up until your boot episode, it was what is the most famous city in this country? And then you get to Austria, it's like, ooh, now we're going to go with the deep cut. And then everyone knows it.
Um, yeah, there was a little bit of that. I watched the other versions of the show and they were way trickier.
Yeah.
And so
Well, but America's dumb.
for sure, but I thought
Yeah.
they'd be a little bit like at least try to make it kind of hard. And so like,
Yeah.
at the beginning I'm like super overthinking it. And like that's why Rome, I could not figure out Rome because I was like, that's too obvious. Like it's for sure not Rome. Like they wouldn't have shown us Roman ruins. Like there's to be Rome, they would show us Roman ruins, and it's Croatia because that's where my head was at. But then I quickly realized like, oh, it is super obvious. They are going really big cities and with really obvious clues. And so once I figured that out, then it was like, okay, this game is easy. I also thought Salzburg was like a big obvious city. So like I didn't realize that people hadn't heard of it or anything like that. Like that one seemed
Yeah.
obvious.
I had my money was on Vienna,
Yeah.
just based on the other cities.
No, that
And
was
then everyone's like, well, how do they do season 2 if they're going through all the big? I'm just like, season 2 is America. Most Americans don't know the states, much less
yeah.
the cities.
Also,
like
there are
put them
other
in
big
Rhode Island.
yeah. Yeah. No, an American version would be cool, be a lot more driving. Unless you just like focus northeast or a little dip
Yeah.
into Canada or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. The
If they
trickery.
Yeah.
Exactly. If they did an American version, it could be a lot more. Oh, let's go to some obscure reference. But when they were doing the European one, each episode, Johnny and I were like, okay, they're starting off early. Maybe they're dumbing it down for Americans. And then it was like, okay, no, this is just what they're doing. Like
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
single stop. And then,
It took me a bit to realize that it was that easy as well. Like, because I wanted it to be tricky because I was like, oh, I'm gonna be, I've been to these small towns and stuff like that. But then it was like, oh, we're pretty much doing capitals, if not the biggest city.
Yeah.
what was your
So,
relationship like with the two newbies that came on board? Because from what we're seeing on the show, everyone was kind of putting them at a distance besides Rick. Was that kind of your knowledge? Did you see that everyone was kind of trying to put them aside, let them try to play their own game? Or did you have a better relationship with them that we didn't see on here?
I think I had a good relationship with them, like friendship wise. Like I think like we were buddies, whereas like I think some people were so pissed at the fact that they got to join late that it was like, I don't even want to talk to them. I don't even want to try to make that relationship. But like I was cool with them on like an
Excuse me.
emotional level, I
Mhm.
guess. But I did, I didn't think it was fair that they got to skip 3 eliminations. And so like did definitely want them off in that sense. Um, and so like there was an aspect of like because I'm cool with them, like I know I can hear information from them and provide them information. Of course they have an alliance with Rick, so like they're never gonna believe what I say over him, but like I definitely was cool with them, but also definitely wanted them off for fairness reasons.
Yeah, yeah, that's
so
fair.
But also
were
didn't
you at?
I was gonna say
Go
I
ahead.
didn't see them either as a particularly strong threat. And so there was also an element of like, well, if we don't get him off, then that's okay because I know I can beat him later on. Whereas like
Yeah.
Rick, I think, is a big threat on his own. So like in some sense would prefer to get him off. But like I had a reason for why I would want everybody off, and so there's easy to twist it.
Were you a bystander on the Janae Kim Hawaii discussion.
Yes.
Okay, so this discussion did take place because we had Kim on last week. We
Yeah.
posted the interview, and Reddit's like, "Oh, she's lying," and I was just like, "What is there to lie about?"
No, it was for. I thought Janae was gonna hit her. Like it was
Wow.
bad.
Wow.
I don't think either person
Okay,
was
so
fully
there.
in
I
the
mean,
right.
because
Like they were. I think both of them
yeah,
were going low, but like, and there had been tension before then. Like this wasn't out of nowhere, but like it absolutely happened and absolutely was bad and like really
Gotcha.
really upsetting. I was closer to Kim, so
yeah.
like definitely saw her emotions
Yeah.
more than I saw Janae's, but like I know it affected both of them. Like they both I think didn't want to be on the show after that.
Really. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like you see the confessionals with Kim, and she's so happy-go-lucky, and that episode she's not. And for all the people on Reddit, they're just like, "Oh, she just made that up. She didn't know where she was." And I come there and just like like she's saying this is what happened behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and you literally see a 180 change in demeanor. I feel where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, she for sure knew where we were because we talked about it. And like, she knew Munich, but also I know people told her Munich. Like, everybody wanted Kim on that bus, like, probably except for Janae, just because she's so funny. And like, she's just nice to have
Yeah.
around. So definitely, like, she definitely knew where we were and definitely went home on purpose.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a bummer to
So
see that.
anyway.
And Johnny, do you have anything else you want to say? I know she's got to get out of here, but honestly, Mac, we would love to have you on in the
Yeah.
future. Maybe
Yeah.
have a Survivor watch thing so you can check it out for the first time, and
Yeah,
we
no,
could
that'd
do
be
a
great.
podcast about it.
That'd be great. I'd love to.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Well,
sorry. Go
hopefully
ahead.
I will see you soon in Austin. Thank you so much, Mac. We loved you. You were
Thank you
great.
so much. That means a lot.
Yeah. All right, Mac.
Thanks,
You have a
guys.
great day, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.